Hello, welcome to Family Travel Africa. This is Mbongta wanting. I'm very sorry for the delay of uploading of the videos. I've been quite busy with my sports, track and tennis. So I'm very excited and I'm very happy that I finally got the opportunity to serve you guys again with my video. Not really serving, but okay, you get the point. Let's start. We are going to be focusing on the rat race. You guys probably don't know what the rat race is. Most Americans are in the rat race, sadly. Well, actually, most humans are, not only Americans. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the terms rich dad and poor dad because I'm reading this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's by Robert Kiyosaki. And I'm only in the first chapter, and I've been given a lot of very, very good information. And I'm not even telling you all the information that I've learned from the one chapter. And everything that is in this slides I learned from this book. So I highly recommend it. It's actually not boring. It's so. What is the difference between a rich dad and a poor dad? So the rich dad. The rich dad doesn't work for money, but he has the money work for himself instead, It might sound confusing at first, but as we get into the video, I'm hoping that you'll understand it better. The poor dad. So as you can see in this diagram, sort of, on right next to on the screen, it says work harder. Happiness is just around the corner. Earn more money. Happiness is just around the corner. Buy more things. Happiness is just around the corner. And that's where people make the mistake. You cannot buy more things. You have to learn how to save. That is how you are going to be successful most of the time. That is how most people that is how you get more money, I guess. So, and then this is the rat race. Just keep going, doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's the problem. So the poor dad. The poor dad is the exact opposite from the other. The poor dad works for the money. He doesn't have the money work for him. That's not. You see this Mr. Poor over here? He looks like he's struggling, This Mr. Rich is having the time of his life. And you don't want to be that Mr. Poor. So I know this is kind of random, but it'll all add up. What's the difference between assets and income? So most people are actually rich, very rich in their income, but very poor in their asset. So what are assets? If you do not know what assets are, assets represent value of ownership that can be converted into cash. So for example, an asset would be like if you're invested in stocks, if you have properties, or if you're invested in a company also in stocks, I guess. So those are assets. Okay, so what is income? Most everyday person would get an income, especially if you work at a fast food place where they pay an hourly wage, like McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. So income is money received on a regular basis for work or through investments. So I don't know how investments work because I'm just a kid, but through what I know right now, my knowledge right now is you will probably get paid on a regular basis, just like your income, as it says here. If you are invested in a successful company that is going higher, you'll probably get more money coming to you. So And which one's better? I would say assets would be better because let's say not everyone is, but let's say you're a construction worker, you injure yourself and you can't come to work for how many other months if it's that bad, okay? And so you don't go to work, you don't get money, you don't get your income, and you don't have assets. What are you going to do? If you have family, you probably rely on your family. But if you don't, I mean, you might take some loans to pay your bills, pay your food. If you have savings, you might take it out of your savings for your retirement, which would not be very nice to do. I'm sure you won't want to do that. But if you have assets, like if you have a property or you have good stocks, so if someone's renting your property, you still get money every month. And then if you have stocks and you have a successful one that you're invested in and it just keeps going up, you're going to get more money. And that's how you can pay for your bills, you can pay for your food, you can pay for your house, you know, and you do not need to go to work for how many other months if you have assets. That's how it happens most of the time. And you can't make the excuse that, well, I don't know how to do assets. I don't know like what types of assets there are. There's always at least one choice. You can always go into stocks. You can always look at properties for sale. There are plenty. And you could always, if you don't know how to do stocks, always watch YouTube video because it helps. Actually, it does. Okay? So why don't the rich work for their money? Well, as I said before, the rich aren't in the rat cycle. And you know why? Because they don't work constantly every day. They don't have literally a morning, like a daily schedule. They don't have to wake up early, drink their coffee, and then go to work, their boring job that they don't like, and then work like I don't know how many hours getting paid like I don't know how much, $5 an hour, and then they come home late, do the same thing again. But the rich don't do that. They can sleep late, they can sleep in, they can wake up late, they can go to bed early because the rich have, most of the time, they have a lot of assets. And when they get the money from the assets, let's say they have companies, like if they have like properties, and most of the time people go and check on their properties. But if you're really good, you would hire people and make a company to go check on their property for you, and you have to trust that person though, okay? Just saying. That's how it would really work, and they're not doing anything. Really? Okay? And what are they going to do with the money that they get from those assets? They're not going to spend it on some, I don't know, Rolex. They're not going to spend it on Lamborghini. They're going to save that money. I mean, they might once in a while buy something nice for them. I mean, you have the money. Might as well take the chance, but they're not going to do that every time and blow their money around because that's not how they got rich. They got rich by saving. And when they saved enough money, they got bigger and expanded their business. And that's how they did it. Now, I don't want you to get confused now. This video is not how to become rich. It's how to stay out of the rat race, okay? The rat race is a modern society's competition for power and money. And as you can see here, these two gangsters on the right, one center, one on the right for me at least, they're all for it. This poor guy on the left doesn't have a Rolex. He doesn't have I don't know, what's it called? Victoria's Secret purse. He doesn't have pearls. He doesn't have gold teeth. He looks like a good businessman, and he's tired of being that good businessman. He says, I'm tired of the rat race. I'm planning to quit my office job and open a small bar by the beach. And I strongly agree with his opinion. You go do that. And then when he gets the money from the bar, he's going to expand his business. And he might even make a casino out of it. And he can have those little big casinos all over the world. And they're all giving the money to him with all the employees that he is hiring. Okay? The two reasons why humans are in the rat race, because of fear and greediness. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot from this video, and I hope that you buy Rich Dad, Poor Dad, because it's a very good book. And I'm only in the first chapter, as I said before. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. And please comment down below about any other topics of money that you would like me to discuss and research on. Bye. I hope you like my video. Yes, you do. Subscribe.